Here are 3 films to expand your consciousness on the Israeli occupation of Palestine and colonialism and how it's dismantled. And by the way, if you're watching this, I'm super proud of you. Like, you're educating yourself. You're getting out there. You're doing the work. You're speaking up. I'm here for it. Okay, let's go. Film number 1 is 200 Meters by Amin Naifeh, and you should be able to find it on Netflix. This film is poignant, it's heart-wrenching, it's so real. And it's about a family that's been separated by the apartheid wall. The mother and her children live inside Israel proper, and the father still lives in the West Bank. And he's been trying to get his papers forever, but the Israeli government's obviously consistently denying him. And one day he gets a call that his son is in the hospital. And the whole film is just showing us how difficult it is for him to go see his son in the hospital. It's so good and so worth your time. Number 2 is 5 Broken Cameras by Palestinian Imad Burnat and Israeli Guy Davidi. This one is a documentary film that gives you a first-hand look at the protests in Bil'in in the West Bank. You know that thing I keep writing on the videos that I'm reposting? The wall will fall in Bil'in, the wall will fall like in Berlin. Yeah, that wall, the apartheid wall, aka the West Bank wall. The wall separating the family in 200 meters. And by 200 meters, they mean they're literally just 200 meters apart. Like in the film, you can see them waving to each other and turning lights on and off to communicate across the wall. But in this documentary, essentially, we're seeing the footage of the cameras that Imad had and that were destroyed. 5 of them broken. Imad gets his first camera in 2005 so that he can record his son's birth, and at the same time the Israelis are bulldozing the olive groves in his village. But Ilyan, why? That's so awful. Well, because they need more room for settlements, and they need to make sure that the settlements are sufficiently separated from the Arab town. They're indigenous to the land, but they also want to come all the way from the US to destroy the land. Make it make sense. And number 3, which isn't explicitly about the Israeli occupation, but is about a settler colony that Israeli officials took their cues from, is The Battle of Algiers by Gio Pontecorvo. Now, what this film is about is the long and often very violent struggle for Algerian liberation from the French occupation. And it stars a real-life Algerian freedom fighter, Saad Youssef. It really shows you the nitty-gritty of what we mean when we say that decolonization is always a violent phenomenon. It shows you what it was like for French officials and captains on the ground. And it mostly follows Ali Ammar, another Algerian revolutionary, and how he and the guerrilla army of the FLN came up against French paratroopers in the years between 1954 and 1957. That's 3 years of intense, organized, armed struggle, and Algeria didn't even get its liberation until 5 years after that, in 1962. It's in black and white, and it's on YouTube, and I highly suggest you watch it, like, tonight, before you even watch the other 2. I hope these are helpful, and let me know if you want more. Love you. Knowledge is power. Free Palestine.